So in this video, I'm going to give you some ideas on how to edit with Audacity. We're going to be making a 3-minute music mix using Audacity. So hopefully there's some techniques here that will help you. I'm just started a new project. I'm going to save it just so I don't forget and give it a name. So I had already given it this name, so I'll keep that and just say save. And then I'm going to start importing some audio. I did a few things there because I had just tried doing this with, just ran through this already, but the audio didn't record. So I'm going to start off with just a little kind of vocal sample from some music. Hopefully you've listened to some music and decided which things you want. You can include just short little snippets from songs. The editing is the key thing, and so you don't need to include even more than a few seconds of a song, and that's what I'm going to do here. This is just kind of a little interesting sample at the beginning, so I'll just take a listen.
Do you like music?
Yes.
Why don't you put a record on?
Okay, so I'm just going to use it from that part. I'll just click and drag with the magnifying glass to zoom right in. And I'm going to take, this is where the music starts, so I'm just hitting the space bar there. So I know that I don't want anything after this point, so I'm going to split the track using the split command under edit and double click here. So I'm able to select these two parts of the audio now separately. I'm just going to hit cut or delete, and then I have just the little sample that I want to use. If I want to play, I can also click on this timeline up here to select where I want to start playing from. So I'll just play right from the beginning if I do that.
Do you like music?
Okay, so
do you like music?
So I'll move on and import next bit of audio, and the piece of audio I had wanted to use here included a bit of a sample as well, and then included some music, but I didn't want the very beginning of it, and I didn't want all of it. I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to just collapse this so I can kind of focus on this track now. So I know that everything I want to do an edit first in this section. Because I wanted to, didn't want to include this part. There's just too many things going on.
Yes.
You're living.
I just hit solo, so we just listen to this track. So I'm going to take that part out. I want to have it start here.
You're living at a time of extremism, a time of revolution, a time when there's got to be a change.
And I'm going to stop it here. This continues for a while. The actual song starts down here, but I'm just...
People in power, to be a change.
I'm going to stop it after change. So I'm not sure if that's quite the right spot or not. I think it's good. I'll do that. I think if anything it's a little too much, and that's okay. So I'll go down here. So this is where the actual song starts, and I'm going to cut this section out. So I need to find where the music begins. It's right there. You can really see that's really obvious. Oops. So I'll split it, and now I can select this portion. So I'm just selecting the kind of spoken word portion that I want to take out, and I don't think I took out the little beginning, the other beginning portion that I didn't want. So I think it starts here.
You're living at a time of extreme.
So again, I'll insert a point where I'll hit split, and then I'll select this and delete. And you'll notice when I hit delete or cut, this sample moved to the left. So you have to end up repositioning all of this stuff. We use the timeline tool to do that. I'll make lots of room here. I'll just kind of overlap it slightly. Oh, I hit solo here. Sorry.
You're living at a time of extremism, a time of revolution.
Yes.
Why didn't you put a record?
You're living at a time of extremism, a time of revolution, a time when there's got to be a change.
Okay, so that's fine. It might be a little too tight. It's not going to let me choose it in between, so don't have to be too fussy. But so that's fine. And then I can bring this one in right after, and if I just push it right up to the edges.
A revolution, a time when there's got to be a change.
Okay, so I'll consider that part done, and now I'll find the part where I want this song to end. So what I'll do is I'll just okay, so it was actually right there that I wanted it to end. So I just show you. So I'm going to keep it up until he says flow, and do that. So now I need to apply a special effect, and the one problem here is that if I try to apply, say, echo, you'll hear the echo. You can just hear it starting, and you'll see it kind of change right here. So there's a bit of echo there, but it doesn't continue past this point. And so I'm going to undo that. The problem is there's no audio track after that end of that line. So I'm going to generate some silence and generate 10 seconds. That's probably way too much, but that's fine. And then move it right up to the edge. Now I can highlight this. And I can select way past the end of the sample and hit the echo. Repeat. This has the last effect that you used up top, kind of like Photoshop. Hit repeat. Now we'll have a lot more echo continuing on. So okay, so I'm going to use that as kind of the end of that little section of the music. And then I'll move on. I'll even maybe just kind of fade it right out at the end of that last one. So this is kind of the end of our section here. And then I would go on and start the next track. And kind of collapse these each time to make a little more room. And yeah, that should help you with the editing portion of Audacity. Splitting tracks is a very useful tool, and generating silence at the end of the tracks and then using the time shift tool to kind of extend the track will allow you to really make better use of the effects. And I'd also say just to play around with the effects. You'll see they're a little different than what you might be seeing, but certainly echo is worth trying. Phaser and wah-wah are kind of extreme, but they're kind of neat. And then anything else that you might have is worth looking at. I think I have another reverb one called G-Verb. I'm not sure if that's available on the other machines or not. So all of those are worth playing around with. This tape delay, I haven't been able to get it to do what I wanted. But again, any of those kinds of effects that you see, echo, delay, phaser, reverb, those are all kind of interesting things you can use at the end of a track to just kind of extend it a little bit and kind of have it sound a little more finished rather than ending right away. Okay, and so we'll just leave that there.